So, a tale as old as time when companies, regardless whether it be Hollywood or gaming companies, or when they start not reporting numbers, it's bad. Blizzard did this back in the day when it came to subscribers. Back I think it was it no, I think it was in Warlords of Draenor they announced that they weren't gonna give subscriber accounts anymore. Um, then you have people, with certain games, Assassin's Creed Shadows, where they'll kind of take one number and make it seem like it's a good thing. Like, oh, hey, thanks for 3 million players. And people are like, oh my god, the game's so successful. 3 million players in 3 days. But then you learn like 3 months later that it took them like 2 months just to sell 1 million copies. So stuff like that. But Walt Disney companies to end reporting paid subscriber numbers. So like for Disney Plus, I'm guessing, or any one of their any other services they have the subscribers for. The Walt Disney Company announced as part of its latest earnings report that it will no longer report paid subscriber numbers for its various streaming services such as Disney Plus, Hulu, and ESPN Plus. I wonder why. In executive commentary that was released alongside its Q3 earnings report, CEO Bob Iger and Chief Financial Officer Hugh Johnston announced, among our plan changes, we believe quarterly on the number of paid subscribers and the ARPU have become less meaningful to evaluating the performance of our businesses, and will no longer report these metrics starting with the first quarter of the fiscal 2026 for Disney Plus and Hulu. But the number of paid subscribers shows people are subscribing to your service. Those numbers show that, it not only shows the people paying for it, but also whatever plan, if it's like a basic or the whatever the top tier plan is. But it shows all that stuff, and that shows how financially feasible your streaming service is. Why would you not want to show that? Huh, curious. While we will no longer disclose subscribers and ARPU, we will provide information on entertainment direct to consumer profitability. A way to fudge numbers. They're basically going with, like I said, with like Assassin's Creed Shadows, where they're not going to report on, oh yeah, thank you for 3 million copies sold. Instead, they're like, oh, thanks for 3 million players. So they're going to probably look at things and be like, oh, 3 million, many viewers. They're not going to say subscribers. They're going to say, oh, well, this month we had this many viewers. Okay. But that doesn't mean anything. What if it's, I don't know, like I go over to my friend's house, right? They want me to watch the house for them. I go on whatever it is and start watching stuff. It they have to take that stuff into account. So I guarantee you they're going to go from subscribers to viewers. The duo added, we believe our reporting going forward will better align with changes in the media landscape, the unique nature of our integrated assets, how we operate our businesses, and will reflect how management evaluates the progress and the success of our strategic initiatives. This change comes at the company's Disney Plus subscriber numbers have stagnated. Yeah. Imagine that. In its Q3 earning report, it reported that its domestic Disney Plus subscribers were flat as 57.8 million compared to its previous quarter, ending on March 29, 2025. It did increase around 5.5 from the same quarter last year when domestic Disney Plus subscribers were at 54.8 million. The company's Hulu service only saw an increase of 800,000. You made 800, whatever this number would be. Is it 80,000 or 800,000? Because either they put the comma in the wrong place or they forgot to add another zero. So which is it? Is it 80,000, 800,000, or 80,000? Compared to the previous quarter, it increased from 54.7 million to 55.5 million. In its fiscal year 24 Q3 report, Hulu had had a total of 51.1 million subscribers, meaning it increased 8.6% compared to its previous year. I mean, this is obvious. This is the obvious answer for Disney and Iger. Not so much for the investors, but anyone still investing in Disney today deserves all the losses. Even my super risk attracted daughter dumped all her Disney stock 2 years ago. Disney's poison, pure sewage, to make uh, to make the stinking plates of Disney offerings palatable. They must hide the stink, mask it, cover it, gaslight that you think it isn't really there. Bad sign for Disney. Logic dictates that if they showed their less than stellar numbers, than their stagnant numbers, there's something worse than stagnant expected now. Always a good sign when a company hides their numbers. Subscriber numbers should not have been counted. Stocks are sold on a set of fiscal numbers. With Disney its dollars, we make $1 trillion a year and have lost $6 billion on flop movies. I'm not surprised. This is what happens when companies start tanking. They start hiding and fudging their numbers. Again, I wouldn't be surprised if they go from subscribers to, oh yeah, this many viewers on these streaming services this month or this quarter or whatever. And when people see it's like 100 billion or some crap, they don't take into account that it probably every time someone signs into it or views it. So like early in the morning, you got a few minutes, you go on Hulu or whatever, that's you viewing it. It's technically viewing or accessing that streaming service. Then you go to work, then you come home, you go on it again, watch something for a few minutes, you go make dinner, you turn it off, you're turned off, and you go back and watch it again after dinner. You go to bed, you're watching. So during the course of a day, you've like 4 times. Now that plus the other households and families that are doing the exact same thing, you can see where the numbers start going up real fast and it looks more beneficial. When all it is just accessing the streaming service multiple times a day. So, the fact that they're not going to want to show paid subscribers and it'll probably go to, like I said, something like viewers or whatever, it just shows that people are tired of the crap. People are tired of paying for streaming services just to have crap. Especially like with Disney, the stuff that they keep coming out with, it's not that good. It's not that good. And Disney just kind of expects the consumer to like, oh, well, you'll pay for it and you'll like it. No. Maybe that was the case a couple years ago where people were afraid of, oh no, I have to keep stay subscribed because, if I don't, I'll seem like I'm a racist because streaming services have these shows and, I'll be called a racist because a lot of these shows have powerful black women and or this or that. But people aren't afraid to say that shit is shit now. A couple years ago, they're trying to gaslight you, sprinkle some powdered sugar and sprinkles on a pile of dog shit, serve it to you like it's a chocolate sundae. It's like, no, it's a pile of shit with sprinkles and powdered sugar. You can dress it up all you want. Oh, so what do you have against what are you against? What are you, racist? You're a bigot? Like, no, I just don't like shit. I just don't like shit. And you could throw all the little phobes and isms you want. But at the end of the day, people are waking up and more comfortable with saying, no, Disney, your stuff is shit. Your Disney stuff is shit. Your Marvel stuff is shit. Your stuff is shit now. But yet you keep gaslighting. It's like, oh, well, if you don't like it, you're a phobus and ism. Produce better content, and you'll get to subscribers. It's not that hard. It's not that hard. Produce a quality product, and people will subscribe. You know, they'll pay their $7 a month or $15 a month or whatever it is. But if you have a habit of just making shit products and you have ESPN where they're just sitting there whining about fucking Trump and Republicans all day, it's like that's not what ESPN is. And yet, for some reason, somehow Trump gets brought up and people are not going to want to keep paying for it. So, but hey, Disney, you do you. You doing you for the last several years has clearly worked out, right? Anyway, that's going to do it for me. You guys know the drill. I'll see you guys later. Bye, guys.